Alright boys, out hunting for the first time in forever. Wait, scrub. Oh. What's up guys, it's your boy Gifty here. And yes, what you just saw, I finally found my first super treasure hunt in the wild. Alright, so I'll track a bit here. Yes, I'm finally back in Singapore. I was planning to take a break for around 1 week before getting back to making the videos like the drifter gets the car. But I simply had to make this video. Guys, it's awesome, man. After years of collecting, I finally found my super treasure. I'm sure you guys are aware that I'm an avid collector of Hot Wheels. I have all sorts of Hot Wheels cars, rare vintages, couple of super treasures, even some of mainlines. But yeah, I have a couple of super treasures. But to find one in the wild is a whole new experience, man. It's a whole new experience. So I was basically peg hunting with my friends, and we found a dump bin. Basically, for those who are in Singapore, I found it at Giant IMM. I'm putting that out because a lot of people are confirmed gonna ask, but I found it at Giant IMM at Jurong East. And don't bother going there. There's really nothing much good there except for the super treasure. So I was digging through the pile. Me and my friends were looking through it, and then I came across this car. I swiped a couple of cars. It was a dump bin, and I saw it right there, smiling upon me. I noticed the Spectre Flame paint, the rubber tires, right away, and I was just shocked. My jaw freaking dropped. My knee weakened. I literally just kind of squatted down and held onto the railing of the cage because I was shocked. I looked at my friend, and he was like, "Yo, bro, you okay or not? Like, hey, what happened to you?" He felt like I got a heart attack or something. And he kind of figured it out. He knew it was a super treasure after I showed it to him because although he doesn't collect Hot Wheels, he knows that he knows about super treasures because as a collector, of course, I talk to my friends. Although they don't collect about Hot Wheels, sometimes they ask me questions like, "Oh, what's a super treasure?" or "What are considered rare cars?" So yes, my two friends knew right away, like, "Oh, I found a super treasure." They can tell I was very happy. I was very happy. There was one auntie looking at me thinking like I was a 5-year-old kid who bought something, I don't know, won a lottery. It was a really good moment for me. I mean, for a few minutes I was like the happiest boy in the world. And the reason why I say a few minutes is because not to brag, not to flex, okay? It's because I already have super treasures in my collection. I have around 30, I think 30 plus super treasures in my collection, so I'm not really a stranger to these cars. But to find one in the wild, it's a cool experience. I have bragging rights to be able to say I found a super treasure in the wild. I only know 5 people who have found a super treasure of my friends. One found a Velocita in Toys R Us, one found a Green Skyline at Giant 2, but at Tampines. One found a Carbonic at Gifts Greetings. Another one found a black Ford Mustang STH, the black 2015 Ford Mustang STH Borla. And one was an employee. I just happened to talk to the employee. I asked him if he found a super treasure before. He also found a Velocita at NTUC. So yeah, I guess it's not that rare that I've only met 5 people who found a super treasure in the wild. Or maybe I don't talk enough, or I don't have enough friends. I don't know. But guys, I've been collecting for years, and for those who are new to my channel, here's my collection right there. Yep, I've been collecting for years. I have 2,500, 600. I've lost count. I need to do a count when I'm free. And it's my first time finding a super treasure. I guess it's really rare here in Singapore, at least, because in the USA it's so much easier to find super treasures. I've come across posts which I find mildly infuriating. They'll be like, "Oh, I found my 16th super treasure for the month." It's like I'm just thinking like, yo, these people on Instagram, they always post pictures of them finding super treasures, and I'm just like, how is it so easy to find super treasures in the USA? And I guess for international collectors, it's harder to find the super treasures. I guess that's just the way it is. Because a lot of people who post pictures of super treasures are mostly from the USA. And I think that's just how it is. Maybe because international cars is in the Malaysian factory, so I guess they get stolen by employees. I really don't know, but that's just a fact that international collectors have a much harder time finding supers in the wild. So to be able to find a super that's not in the USA, I think that's a pretty big deal. And not to lie, I mean, the Fiat 500, I'm not saying this just because I found it myself, but I like this car. I actually have all the Fiat 500 castings so far. There's, I think, like 6 or 7, including this one so far, and I have all of them. It's a pretty neat car. Oh wait, 8, including the Eurostyle series. Yeah, it's a pretty nice car, I guess. But of course, I would have loved other superchargers. Okay, where am I going with this? I'm starting to sound a bit cheesier. I'm just grateful to have found a supercharger. Whether you guys think that the Fiat 500 is an ugly car or whatnot, I don't really care. I think personally, it looks cool, but yeah, I'm just happy to find a supercharger. It's a nice experience, and I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought of like quitting or taking a break from collecting Hot Wheels, but I don't know. This might be a calling, man. To be able to find a supercharger, maybe the car gods are smiling upon me. They're asking me to continue collecting Hot Wheels. I don't know, but it's just me. But not for real though. I've actually thought of contemplating to take a break from collecting for a long time. But I guess maybe now's not the time, or maybe now's the time because I'm kind of broke, or maybe not because NS I'm gonna get money. I don't know, but yeah, a bit off track there. It's cool. It's cool to find a super treasure. Really happy. Am I gonna open this? Of course. I'm a loose collector. So I'm gonna definitely open it, but not now. Maybe I'll do it in another video. But yeah, that was my experience of finding a super treasure in the wild. Thank you guys for the support. All of you guys always tell me, hey, one day you're gonna find a super treasure in the wild, drifter. Don't get discouraged. Yeah, I'm really pretty freaking happy, man. Feels really good. So I think I've rambled on long enough. Thank you if you've watched all the way to the end of the video. It means you really are I don't know how to say my English sucks, but I guess you care, right? Like you actually really care that I found a super treasure, and for that I'm grateful. You know, it's our find. Like yeah, this is my super treasure, but hey, Drifter Gang, this is our car right here. The Drifter Gang owns this Fiat 500. It's our achievement, guys. It's really cool. So I just wanted to share that moment with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good day, and if you haven't found a super treasure in the wild, I guess it'll just take a while. Hopefully you hunt actively. For me, I started collecting seriously in 2014-ish. Took me what, 5 years to finally find a super treasure. So hey, maybe your time will come if you haven't found a super treasure. So happy hunting, I guess. Happy hunting, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.